Hello. Hello. My name is Joe Rhodes, and I'm making you this video today, Thursday, April 13th at 10:42 a.m. because I got a text from my wife that says that my son is not feeling well and has a fever today. And the rules of his school are 24 hours um, without fever. So don't know if I'm going to need to use this or not. We'll kind of work that out. But if you are watching this, I guess I certainly am not here and need to use this video and need to give you directions about what to do upon my absence. So couple things, like you got not a couple things, three things you need to do if I am gone. The first thing that you will need to do is make sure that your European tour flyer is finished and submitted. That's something I'm going to begin to grade. So that is due today. You need to make sure that that's in and that you've got that done today. Outside of that, what we're doing is transitioning from Europe to Oceania, which is going to be our next continent that we're going to be studying. It's a continent that is dominated by Australia, and that makes us believe that it's sort of only Australia, but it is actually a ton of small island countries as well. So let me take you over to Schoology to kind of show you what you need to do as we transition over to that new continent of our study. So I'm clicking on over. You're going to be going to week number 32 in the Thursday-Friday lesson. Now, once you go there, you're going to see that you need to complete an Oceania map. It's kind of a crazy one. So these are the countries right here that you need to label. Don't just label whatever you find. Oops. Don't just label whatever you find on a map. Label only these countries. Now, where you can find these countries are going to be by looking at the map in the front of the room. You can also use a textbook, which is over in the corner by my windows, or you can use your Chromebook to give you a map. But please only label these countries. Also, if you labeled it, it needs to be colored. Now, obviously, you've got some bigger countries there that you can just color on, but you've got some really, really small, tiny island countries that you can just kind of outline. Where is a map? Anybody got a map handy? Can you bring it to me really quick, Kathy? Sorry, I've got my third block students here. So you can see on your map, this is going to be what you're going to be getting. There we go. You can, instead of coloring these small little island countries, you can instead just kind of outline where they are and do that in color and kind of do it that way. Thank you, Kathy. So that's an option. That's what I want you to do. I want you to get that in, get those labeled, and get that in. Now, in the bigger countries, color the bigger countries. In the smaller countries, you can just kind of outline them. And again, please only label these. Only label what I ask you to label. I'm going to be collecting that on Monday. So that's due on Monday. Now, if you make sure that you've got your European map lab turned in, if you complete the Oceania map, great. What you need to do next is click on the Thursday-Friday folder, go into it, and see the Oceania map lab. Now, the Oceania map lab is going to look very similar to the Europe map lab that you did. To access the resource needed for the map lab, you need to first head to Parkway Clever. And mine is always a little bit more wonky than yours. I got to like log in, go here, great, log in as a teacher. You have an icon. I don't have a Discovery Ed icon, so I need to go over here and type in Discovery Ed. I click on that, and then I go to Social Studies Textbook. click on that. And it takes me to the Great Barrier Reef, but I really need to go to World Geography and Cultures. Starts here. Now you got to pay attention to that white bar to the right-hand side. Click on Atlas. And wait for it to load. Then you'll need to go ahead and get to the screen where it says you can change. Let me see if I can make it bigger. There you go, change region. You're going to click on Australia and Oceania. And then you're going to be adjusting this map to give you the information that you need to be successful on the Map Lab. Now, let me kind of get out of this. Let me take you to the actual document that is the Map Lab, so that way you guys can kind of see what to do. It's going to look very similar to the Europe Map Lab that you completed, where you answer a question and then create a question. Answer a question, create a question. Answer a question, create a question. And over here on this left-hand side, you're going to begin to get like hints as to how you should adjust that map to give you the answers that you're looking for, or the information that you're looking for, as you create your own questions in that document. That particular document is going to be due on Wednesday. Now, to give you a heads up, on Monday in class, we are not going to have any more time to work on that Map Lab. We're going to be going on to a new topic. So while it's not being turned in till Wednesday, this is the only day of class that you can work on it. So please make sure that you are really staying on track in class today, because it's going to limit the amount of homework that you're going to have at some point. So again, I'm going to recap everything you need to do. Number one, do today, European tour flyer. Please make sure it's in. Next is the Oceania map. Make sure that you've got that labeled and in. Your question is going to be like, hey, where do we turn these in? Do not turn them in anywhere. Just make sure that you hold on to those until I get back on Monday. And you can pick up copies of those on the cart in the front of the room. Cart in the front of the room is where you will pick up your copy to label. Next, after you're done with that, you need to complete the Oceania Map Lab, which will be due on Wednesday of next week. Wednesday, not for you, for you? Yeah, Wednesday. Wednesday of next week, sorry. So, cool. We're good. Make sure that you get those things knocked out, done, in, good to go. And, yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. And peace and hair grease. Goodbye. Like and subscribe.